guys, welcome to Ethics for Library and Information Professionals. This video is just an introduction to the course. We're primarily going to do some housekeeping, and I'm going to say a little bit about myself. My name is Laura, and I would appreciate it if you did call me Laura rather than Professor or Dr. Lenhart. It's just what I prefer. I'm not technically a professor or a doctor yet. I'm a doctoral candidate at Searles. I received my MLS in 2008, and most of my experience in Libraryland has been in public libraries working with teens and kids. Library and information science is a field organized around the topic of information. So students and scholars in library and information science have different backgrounds and different methodological approaches. I'm trained in analytic philosophy with an emphasis on social and political and ethics. I study the ethical and epistemological aspects of digital culture. So I'm writing a dissertation on virtue ethics and information ethics, and I'm hoping to talk a little bit about virtue ethics later in the course. It's a topic that I find really interesting, and so maybe we'll get to bring some of that in. I live in Flagstaff. I have an 8-month-old son named Henry. I have an Australian Shepherd named Odie, and I have a cat named Merlin, and all of them keep me hopping and jumping around. I'm interested in food, good design, and music. And as far as books go, because everyone in Libraryland loves books, I love sci-fi, fantasy, graphic novels, and I also really enjoy reading young adult fiction. As far as the class goes, the class is organized into two parts. In the first part of the class, we're going to be talking about some theories and methodologies of ethics. So we're going to discuss utilitarianism, Kant, Ross, natural law, Rawls's contractarianism. Those are the basic theories that we're going to be discussing. After we've gotten a better grip on those theories, we're going to take a step back and talk a little bit about what these theories are ultimately doing and perhaps some different approaches to the subject of matter at hand. That's where we may get into some virtue ethics as well. The second part of the course is topical. We're going to be discussing some of the ethical issues that arise in the context of library and information science. So we'll discuss intellectual freedom, access to information, privacy, intellectual property, those kinds of things. That's the general organization. The day-to-day organization of the class is that there's going to be weekly lectures and videos which will be posted to our course blog on Monday mornings. By Wednesday, you'll need to post some comment to the discussion forum about relating to the issue that we're talking about that week. By Saturday, you'll need to respond to at least one of your peers. So that leaves you with 2 posts per week, and your posts need to be substantive. So, what does it mean for a post to be substantive? Well, a substantive post says more than just I agree or I disagree. Insofar as you do agree or disagree with one of your peers, you need to explain your reasons why. So a good rule of thumb is that a post should be about 75 to 100 words. In addition to your weekly discussions, you're going to have a short written assignment roughly every other week. If it goes in the Dropbox, which these ones do, you get individual feedback written up from me about that assignment. But in addition to the sort of individual feedback that you get from me, I also post general comments about each of the assignments onto our course blog. Now, the reason that I do that is because often I find that there may be a group of students who are making the same mistake. And when that happens, I wonder whether it's possible that other students are making the same mistake, but it perhaps isn't reflected in their work. And so I want to say a little bit about that just to make sure that we're all on the same page. I also try and motivate unpopular views in my general comments, general feedback about assignment. So sometimes when I ask you to say what you think about a particular argument or what you think about a particular view, I'll find that most of the students say, oh, well, that's crazy. Of course, we should never do that. Or, I can't believe anyone would think that we shouldn't do this. And when that happens, I do try and motivate the opposing view just a little bit more, not because it's not necessarily something that I espouse, but just because I think it's good for all of the different theories and all of the different views that we might be taking to have a little bit of pushback, so that it's not the case that everybody says, oh, of course, we should never censor. I'll sometimes be offering arguments for why we should censor, not because I think it's a good idea, but because I think it's good for you to be exposed to opposing arguments, especially for views that might be unpopular. I don't actually post to the discussion forums unless there is a specific question about content. I want the forums to be for you guys as a place for you to hash out and develop some of the ideas that we're thinking out. I think discussion is essential for ethics, and I don't know that it's always useful to have the instructor participating too much in those. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, what else? There is information regarding the final project in D2L that I think is pretty self-explanatory. That said, please let me know if you have any questions about it, and that goes for everything else as well. I'm only an email away, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. I used to hold weekly office hours, but people rarely showed up, so my office hours, or times where I'm available online to chat, are by appointment. And please don't hesitate to ask to talk with me. That's what I'm here for. I think that is everything. Please let me know again if you have any questions, and I'm really looking forward to having a good session. I hope you guys are looking forward to the class as well. Thanks.